We have seen various incredible aircraft, missile launchers, and drones, but not what we're about to show you. This suicidal robot isn't like any you've ever seen. This American suicide drone can destroy any tank, ground unit, or armored vehicle. It is every military unit's worst nightmare. Do you know what's also notable about it? Well, it could fit right into your backpack. Wow, isn't that so incredible? What kind of suicide drone is this? What outstanding capabilities does it possess? And just how formidable is it? Make sure to stick around and keep watching as we reveal the amazing things about this suicide drone. The suicide drone, also known as the kamikaze drone or Switchblade, is an American uncrewed killer aircraft. These unmanned aircraft don't fire missiles because they're the missiles. But unlike other typical missiles, they possess the capability to circle around their target until the perfect moment to strike. The United States military couldn't have fought the way it did in Iraq or Afghanistan if the enemies were equipped with these killer drones. It is currently uncertain, as it is possible for the future enemy to have such killer drones. Terrorists will eventually access such munitions too. This is a possibility that Homeland Security officials are running around looking for a solution, knowing that there is no sure or current defense against such advanced weapons. A former Army Ranger who is a scholar at the Center for New American Security and the author of Army of None, Paul Scharre, stated that there are over 100 countries and non-state groups that have drones today, and the technology is widely proliferating. He continued, "It levels the playing field between US and terrorist groups or rebel groups in a way that is certainly not good for the United States. Today's small, advanced, deadly drones are difficult to track and detect on radar. It can be designed in such a way that it will go after its targets without any form of human control. This can be achieved through its facial recognition system after acquiring its target." You must be wondering why it's called the Switchblade, right? Well, it is given the name Switchblade because of the blade-like that springs out during any launch. It allows our warfighters to have a battlefield superiority that our enemies can't see, can't hear, can't tell is coming, and really precisely achieve a specific mission effect, said Wahid Na'abi, AeroVironment's Afghan-born CEO. Na'abi further attested that he has been told that the Taliban and others who have been on the receiving end refer to it as an angry bird or a buzzing bee. The Switchblades are impressive and very efficient robotic smart bombs, endowed with incredible munitions like cameras, guidance systems, and explosives. They can also be programmed to strike targets miles away automatically. They can also be maneuvered around objectives or targets until they are controlled to destroy their target. AeroVironment pointed out that Switchblade Variant 600 can fly for 40 minutes and as much as 50 miles. They are single-use weapons, so they can be dubbed kamikaze drones, but there are orders of different magnitudes far cheaper than the Hellfire missiles fired by the United States Reaper drones. Based on an estimate, the Switchblade variant can cost as much as $6,000. A fantastic thing about the Switchblade is that it can be equipped easily within minutes and used for attacks. In terms of speed, they fly much faster than the Turkish Bayraktar TB2 drones that Ukraine has been utilizing to inflict terror on Russia. It is also possible that they will be able to breach Russia's impenetrable air defense system. In this sense, the Switchblade is also equipped with certain amazing features that aid the operator in adjusting the blast radius. In this sense, it can eliminate the driver of the vehicle while leaving the passenger unharmed. For example, the Switchblade can be waved off up to 2 seconds before impact. AeroVironment stated clearly with respect to any civilian incidents or risk. The wave-off is clearly seen in the incident of the Catosphere in September, when the military, unfortunately, killed 10 civilians, 7 of whom were children, in a drone strike in Afghanistan that officials now refer to as a tragic mistake. However, a Pentagon review revealed that the strike team was basically unaware of the presence of children when they decided to fire. Officials also stated that children were observed via a video feed of the target area after the launch, but the Hellfire missile couldn't be recalled by then. Truly tragic, right? For the NBC News demonstration, AeroVironment utilized the Puma, which is launched by hand like a large model airplane and provides high-resolution color imagery on the ground. The images beamed back from the Puma's camera made it clear that an operator could virtually see the expression on the face of a target in the seconds before the Switchblade struck. Portable drones provide air support to small ground infantry units, even in a situation when aerial aircraft like helicopters, fighter jets, and massive drones are not available. Scharre stated, "The ability to have something that's small and tube-launched that's in your backpack, that the squad leader has access to, that they don't have to get on the radio and call in close air support, that is a game changer in terms of military capability. It's not just a game changer for the United States, but it's a possibility that they can be for basically any country. Why? The Switchblade may currently be the most advanced of the genre, but Russia, China, Israel, Iran, and Turkey all possess some version of the killer drones too. The United States military stated that Iran-backed militias have utilized small drones in 10 attacks on U.S. bases in Iraq in 2021. They further made it clear that no United States personnel had been hurt or killed, but it was just the beginning. The little country of Azerbaijan utilized small Turkish-made drones to devastating effect against the Armenian military. In 2020, a conclusive end to a stalemate over a disputed enclave has been going on for years. Iranian-backed Houthi rebels have also utilized them to blow up Saudi oil facilities in 2019. Scharre and a few others have stated that drones may usher in the largest transformation of ground war tactics since the arrival of the machine gun in the era of the 20th century, which swiftly put an end to sending large formations of troops marching into gunfire. He further said, drones are making the battlefields a more dangerous place for ground troops. Now, hiding behind a wall or hiding in a trench line isn't enough to protect you from the enemy. Michael Patrick, a retired Marine and former CIA officer, who was Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for the Middle East from 2017 to 2019, said that, "We have found that every time we come up with some way to defend ourselves against drones, the technology rapidly advances to the point where it defeats our defensive capabilities." Mulroy, an ABC News analyst, said that drone defenses include electronic jamming and various methods to shoot them down. But there are technologies and tactics to bypass every possible defense. As part of a large military aid package announced a few weeks ago, the Biden administration decided to provide aid with the United States-made killer drones, incredible and advanced missiles that could accurately target Russian troops from miles away. The weapon was clearly described on a sheet placed on the package as a 100 tactical unmanned aerial system. However, it is vital to note that there are two variants of weapons, the Switchblade 300 and 600, supplied to the United States Special Operations Command by the design and development company AeroVironment. They're situated in the suburbs of Washington, D.C. The 300 is designed for pinpoint strikes and eliminating personnel, while the 600 was manufactured to destroy tanks and other armored vehicles. The Congressional Committee did not have clarity on which variant would be supplied to the Ukrainian army, but it's uncertain if it's both. Last December, AeroVironment stated that the United States government at the time restricted them for testing the Switchblade 600 variant. In a tweet stating, AeroVironment stands with the people of Ukraine and all of NATO. They wrote, "We stand with our allies and sovereign nations in the right to protect their homeland and their very lives when their fundamental right is threatened." If the Switchblade is used in Ukraine, it would be the most vital usage of the weapon in warfare today. Many sources familiar with the matter have stated that the United States utilized the Switchblade weapon in combat under limited circumstances, such as in Afghanistan and probably elsewhere, but have publicized the facts or concrete information. However, it still remains a constant question regarding the proposed arrangement with Ukraine, including the number of missiles the United States has in its reserves, how swift the environment can manufacture new Switchblades, and what training the Ukraine army to utilize operate the system would be like. It is, however, a known fact that the UK is the only country that has so far been authorized to purchase the Switchblade. In the hands of the military, the Switchblade has proved to be a dangerous weapon with powers that far exceeded your wildest dreams. What are your thoughts on the American Switchblade's mind-boggling abilities? What impact do you believe it will have on future warfare? Do you believe it will be a significant benefit in the Ukrainian conflict? Let us know what you think in the comment section below.